Hola, hi. I will teach you how to make this pumpkin this time. So be ready, get your paints and your colors and everything else. What are we gonna need? Well, I just made this simple sketch and then I'm gonna use black, um, blue and white to paint the background. Okay, you just mix the three colors randomly and you start painting. Then for the actual pumpkin, I'm gonna use red, orange, yellow, and white. I start painting the edges in orange. And of course, I mix a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, and I just paint kind of randomly. But if you want to, you can put some red on one side. Oh, look, now here, I decided to do a little bit of aqua color. Why? Because some pumpkins actually have that color. They come in very different shapes and different tones, different colors. So right now I'm just doing like the creases of the pumpkin, if you can call them that. The creases are always going to be a little bit darker. So at this point in my painting, my only purpose is to make sure that I do not leave any white spaces. Everything needs to be covered. Notice that I have added a little bit of yellow and a little bit of white. Why? I put it towards the center and the darker colors towards the edges so that it will look like it has some volume. So you don't want it to look flat. You want it to look like, it's an actual pumpkin. It's not going to look like an actual pumpkin, but hey, a representation of it. That would be the back of the pumpkin. It's going to be a little bit darker because it's more towards the back, so there's less light. Now I'm doing the creases, and on the bottom the pumpkin's gonna have a little bit more shade, so it's gonna be darker. So I'm mixing some colors to do the stem. The green that I have is hooker's green, and I mix it with some black. You can mix it with blue. You just mix. For this part, I was using a flat brush, and that is to have more crisp edges. This aqua color is one of my favorite colors, and I used it for the bottom because I've actually seen pumpkins like this. By the way, I do not have any reference photo. I probably should. I recommend that you do it. It's just that with me, I might have a reference photo, but at the end, I just start painting whatever comes out of my head. Okay. So I actually had to dry the painting, and then I started on the second layer because one layer is not enough. Normally, for something to look good, you need at least 3 layers. Notice how the creases, or I don't know what you call that, of the pumpkin are darker. That shows that there is more depth. Okay, I'm trying to be as neat as possible on the edges so that it has some type of credible shape. Now I am trying to mix the colors of the edges with what's in the pumpkin, so there is more of a degradé, like a type of blending, if you could say that, so that it is not so drastic, the difference between the edges and the actual pumpkin. So the back of the pumpkin, I'm trying to make it a little more, a little lighter. Now is the leaves. I make leaves like quickly, and it's just a representation of them. I take a flat brush and I mix the colors. I have two different greens and a yellow. You can have a dark green, a lighter like a lime green, a yellow, and why not put some orange and some red? Hey, it's your painting. You do whatever you want with it. So this leaf, I wanted to make a darker leaf so that it would represent more of a fall theme, but it got too dark. So I decided to lighten it up a little. So yellow always makes things brighter. Okay. See how I just wiggle the brush. You just wiggle the brush. See? That's it. And there's your leaf. One in the background, because I felt that the background was too empty, so I wanted to give it a little bit of a more interesting background. And they always say that you shouldn't have an even number of leaves on a painting, or actually an even number of anything, except two. Two seems to work well, but otherwise, in this case, I decided to do 5 leaves. I could have done 3 leaves and it would have been okay, but I decided to put a little bit of more leaves. And that's pretty much it, class. That is how you make this pumpkin. I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that you make it, that you decide to paint it in your house. Thank you so much for watching this video.